Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today we're doing a fluid acrylic painting. As you can see, I've got two vertical canvases here. I have already prepped them by painting them black, and then I put a little bit of silicone pouring oil over the canvas so that when the paint ends up moving, it's going to go through that oil and create kind of a cool cell look where the acrylic paint separates. So right now I'm just kind of choosing my colors for each one, putting them kind of like in a spiral or a radial design in the middle. And I'm using kind of the same colors somewhat on both of them, but they both do kind of have their own main color, which the left one is green and then the right one is more blue. But otherwise I think I repeat the same colors throughout. And then eventually I'm going to get to the point where I use a hair dryer to move the paint around. And then that's part of the reason why I painted them black first, was so that it kind of is maybe easier for that paint to flow over the wet black paint as opposed to just a dry canvas. So I should just be about done here, pouring the colors, kind of making sure I have, some darker and then some lighter colors next to each other. So starting to move the paint around, and it's just kind of satisfying to do this. The part that I wanted to watch out for, and I was sort of getting nervous because it's hard to tell how it's going to go, but I didn't want all the colors to just blend together and make just kind of this blob of, mucky colors that nobody, wants to look at. So you can kind of already see that it's starting to separate kind of in the middle of that orange one on the left there. You can kind of see the cells beginning to happen in that middle section. Didn't necessarily plan on putting these colors on, but it's kind of hard to judge how much paint is going to be used, especially when it starts to spread around. It gets to a point where the hairdryer is just not going to move it anymore. So I wanted to fill it more than what I had, so I'm putting these colors on there. I don't mind if it's going to show some black canvas at the end. I think that's kind of cool if it intentionally does not cover the entire thing. So I just threw the same colors on, matching the color scheme that I already had. Blow drying those. You can kind of see it going through the oil there, and kind of see what design we get here. The part about the pouring oil that I didn't quite know before, I think a lot of people mix that oil in with the paint as they're preparing it, whereas I just put the oil on first. And I probably used more than I should have, because when these got done, it had a really glossy look to it because that oil made its way to the surface and just kind of sat there. So I ended up having to wipe that down a little bit. But it's really starting to come together here. I like how this is looking. I tried to make each of those sections blend with each other so it didn't appear like I, reapplied the paint multiple times. Here are some cool shots of it as it's still wet. Just kind of like that shine that it gives. You can see all the separations that oil created. And I think overall these turned out really cool. Really happy with that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and try this at home if you want. We'll see you next time.